I'm here today at Peep Out Farm near Haverfordwest to meet Romeo to find out about how he grows all of his organic vegetables. Vegetables obviously are a key part of our diet, and growing them organically means there's no pesticides, which is much better for us. So how long have you been farming here?
In this place here, I had this one in 1997.
Okay.
So it's been organic all that time. And the growing of vegetables has sort of evolved really in sort of starting with one crop like potatoes and sweet, and then grow some cabbages, and then all of a sudden then we've got an array of different vegetables, and also keeping up with the trends of what goes on today, which is, you know, curly kale and kales are a new thing. So it's keeping up with what goes on.
And why organic?
Why organic? I think at the beginning it was a kind of where do I sell my produce, and that was the biggest challenge. There was so much produce coming from abroad and grown in large scales in East Anglia and so on, and you know, they're supplying all the supermarkets and stuff. So I thought, then I looked at organic, and then I thought that was a bit more of a niche market really, and I've got so used to growing for that market now that I wouldn't want to go back to conventional growing. Well, this is where I start the plants off, and this is a propagator that I made up myself, and it's got heat beds in it, heat wires in it, on thermostats, and that's where I raise my seeds starting in March or early March then when it's cold. And it's got covers on it which literally I can cover that, and
so like a mini greenhouse.
it's like a greenhouse inside a polytunnel. These are my tomatoes, which at the start of their sort of ripening really. And I've got about different varieties. I've just tried different varieties to see for different applications. There's some plum tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, and there's some ordinary tomatoes as well.
They smell amazing, really fresh.
Oh yeah, you just got to touch them and you can smell the
vine,
vine smell of them. Yes,
lovely. So this is a typical garden pea.
This is a typical Onward is the name of it.
Okay.
And it's,
so this is, you know, when people are sort of having peas, frozen peas, this is how it would grow in a little pod.
Yes. And this is the best time to eat them is now.
Fresh. Really nice. Sweet.
Yeah, this variety here, it's got a very pale skin, but it produces a lot of cucumbers and a very nice shape. They're also nice and crunchy and tasty.
So I've spotted some chilies here, so let's have a look at these chilies.
Yeah, so these are the chilies that are growing.
So there's lots on that plant.
It's just full of them, yeah, full of them.
And then there's some peppers amongst these leaves.
Yeah, this back line here is chilies, and then these front ones, the bushier ones, are peppers.
Okay.
And where there's one or two starting to form.
Yeah, I can see a big green one there.
In this one plant here.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. So and there's a couple more performing on that plant.
Got some chilies. We're here in the potato field. When were these potatoes planted?
These were planted 2nd of May this year. Rather late, but I think it was just a matter of timing as to when the ground was ready and so on. So they're not fully grown yet. They're on their way. They're starting to flower, and got different varieties which are earlier, medium, and then late. Then they'll be in the ground until we sort of do the whole harvest, which will probably be about September time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do some of these potatoes feature in your Christmas boxes?
Oh yes.
Yes.
Yeah. They get harvested, put into a store, and then taken from store then after September.
So what can go wrong in potato growing?
Right, I think one of the major things is potato blight. So potato blight, I try and grow or select variety of potatoes which are resistant or more resistant to potato blight. So Casablanca is very resistant to potato blight, so that one can keep on growing, but then that gets the blight on the leaves, but it doesn't go down the tubers, and that is, that's what I'm looking for when I'm looking for varieties for growing organic potatoes.
So we're in a field here now which you're doing some planting in. So what is actually being planted?
Yeah, I'm planting my brassicas for the winter, which figures a mixture of cabbages, broccoli, curly kale, cauliflower. We're going to see the planter being used.
And the tractor.
And the tractor. So this is the day we've been at it for about 3 hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's...
You get a great suntan then.
Of course, yeah. Yeah.
So I'm guessing someone drives the tractor.
Yeah.
And someone sits here.
Yeah, there's 3 rows in a bed.
Yeah.
And they call it a bed, and there's 3 rows in the bed, and yeah, 3 of us sit on the machine while it moves along, and we put the plants in.
I'm just inspecting my handiwork. I think I might have missed a couple. But these are kale, so they'll be ready in about November. So using the gorgeous vegetables that we've picked fresh from the field, I've made this stunning summer salad. I've used the courgettes as a base and some of those lovely little peas that we picked with a lemon, black pepper and olive oil dressing. I've put some feta on there and some hazelnuts, so you'll find the recipe in the description. So I hope that you can support Peep Out Farm. They do a vegetable box scheme, so look out for that. You can collect and they do also deliver. Thanks for watching.